trust and success. Those are the things we're talking about today. Extremely important that you understand how these work and how they work together. Everyday KT 304. So, those of you who know or have been watching, I helped the Boy Scouts do a haunted hayride this past weekend. And I gave them my entire trust. The rules were simple. Come up with a theme for your area. A couple of the other leaders came to us with the idea and says, "What do you guys think?" And I said, "I think it's brilliant. Go forth, have fun, do it, make it happen." And the whole premise behind this haunted hayride was that the scouts would come up with their own theme from start to finish. They would come up with the idea. They would figure out how to make it work. They would actually set it up so it did work. They would perform if they needed to. Most of them did. And then they would clean up afterwards, all on their own. Now, mind you, these are teenagers, somewhere between 11 and 17. And I said, go for it. And their instructions were simple. Come up with an idea, make sure it's safe, and it isn't going to get you kicked out of Boy Scouts. Okay. So they did. And guess what? It was a raging success. Nobody got hurt. Nobody did anything to make me question their existence on this planet. There were gobs and gobs of people. We ran from 6 o'clock on Saturday to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, about 9:45, there were still people showing up to go on the tractor. It was amazing. And I think that it all worked because I gave them my trust. I said, listen, go for it. Have a blast. Do what you want. I empowered the leaders that came up with the idea to do exactly that same thing. And I trusted them. I'm like, you know what? The worst thing could possibly happen is nobody shows up. And it did not happen. It didn't come to that. It was awesome. So you have to trust people to do the right thing. And you have to empower them to make those decisions on their own. When you trust other people and you allow them to do whatever it is they do without your immediate, direct, and constant supervision, they're going to throw their own experiences into the mix, their own understandings of how things work, their own beliefs if that's necessary. They're going to put their special spin on whatever it is that you're doing and make it their own. And when it comes time to do whatever that thing is, it is their baby, and they're going to be attached to it, and it's going to be awesome. And if it sucks, but that's fine because they own it and they realize that, and like, you know what, I did a crappy job. You gave me free reins to do whatever, and I didn't do it right. So it's all on them. If you're not the one directing them on saying you have to do this and this and this and this, you just say, here's your parameters. You got to be somewhere between here and here. Whatever, it works. You empower them to commit to the project, not just to fill in the blanks, to check off the check boxes, and to say, yep, I'm done. Here's exactly what you wanted. That's boring. It happens with people. It happens with scouts. It happens with relationships. It happens in business all the time. The worst kind of client that I could ever imagine is one that walks up to me and says, I want you to write me a book and I want it to look like this, and hand me the book. And that's not doing anything. That's not me doing anything. That's me taking the thing and saying, okay, here you go. You gave me this. I gave you it right back. That's not innovative. That's not creative. That's not doing anything that's adding to what's already there. You don't get to do anything using your skills, your experiences, and your life to make that client's experiences better. So when you're working with people, doesn't matter at what capacity. It could be kids, little kids. It could be grown adults. You have to at least trust them until the point where either they're kicking ass and therefore you're just going to keep trusting them, or they have spoiled that trust, at which point you stop. You don't want to be stupid about it, but you have to at least let them hang themselves with their own inability to trust you in return. If they don't trust you in return, then what's the point? It doesn't work that way. So, trust. I mean, like I told you, it would be one thing if it was just a simple, you do this and life will be good. It happened. It actually happened just yesterday, and it was awesome. Absolutely astounding. Those guys did some of the best work I've seen in a long time, and because they were able to do what they wanted and do it their way, and they did it, and it was epic. That's what happens when you trust somebody. Epic trust breeds epic success. So trust the people you're working with to do their job and do it well. Doesn't matter what job they're doing, but if you trust them to succeed, they're going to buy in. It's going to be awesome, and life will be better for everyone. So to that end, somebody pick up a Kiltology. Either volume 1 or 2. I haven't seen any comments, and I know people are watching, so that either means everybody's tight-lipped tonight, or the comments aren't working, which happens from time to time. For those of you watching at home, wherever, this is live on Facebook, so that's why I keep talking about comments. Talking to whoever's watching me live. So nobody said anything, so I'm going to go with volume 2. Kiltology, volume 2. It's on Amazon. Go buy a copy. Well, sure. Trust. So we're talking about trust. So not only trusting someone's ability to do something, but trusting somebody's ability to get the job done. That's what we're talking about here. Kiltology number 329. Power tools. It is a little known fact that power tools were actually invented to compete with kilted workers. One kiltie with his bare hands could do as much work as a dozen pants-clad laborers. They also drastically reduced worksite injuries as the lasses passing by weren't interested in the laborers without kilts, who were using power tools and stopped having wardrobe malfunctions to get the kiltie's attention. So what does that mean? It means you got to trust the people you're working with. Trust the people that you're working for. Trust the people working for you. You trust them to do their job, do it well, and as long as they're within whatever those parameters are, there's no reason for you to micromanage them. None at all. And with that, I'll let you go. It's raining cats, dogs, and frogs, and every other kind of thing out there right now. Roof's leaking over there out here in the garage, so I get to have fun with that when it dries up. And I will see you tomorrow. Everyone have an awesome day. Tomorrow's Monday. Caffeinate yourselves well, and be strong. Put a kilt on.